Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back once again to Stories Around Azeroth. As always, I'm Pete Titans Creed Neverco, and joining me is the returning, the greatest, the best of Great Father's little helpers that there ever was one, Mr. Frazley Tastic.
Hello!
You're not meant to be covering yourself in beads. It's winter.
No, I wanted to get laid with the Hawaiian
You want to
lace.
get laid? That's a completely different thing.
No, Hawaiian lace. See, there's the turtle, there's the beads, there's the seashells. For audio listeners, I just put on two Hawaiian lace.
Yes, 2 Hawaiian lays. Lady, how was your holiday, first and foremost?
Oh, it was awesome. I feel refreshed. I missed the streaming and the podcasting, and I missed being here. But it was nice. I did something I'd never done before. I got up in front of an audience and sang 3 karaoke songs.
You've never done karaoke before? No?
Are you stunned at me?
I'm like, have you never done karaoke before?
Not in front of an audience. I've done on Twitch sings and stuff like
I
that.
was going to say.
First time for it.
You have a natural energy for audience stuff with all the podcasts and everything else, so I'd assumed it was something that you might have done before.
Nope. Before I did the podcast, I was kind of a lot more shy, but ever since podcasting, I'm like, so what?
That's fair enough. Ladies and gentlemen, it is the Feast of Winter Veil going on right now in the wonderful world of Azeroth and in the real world itself. Happy holidays to yourself, your family, whoever is celebrating it, and whatever you're celebrating. Happy Winter's Veil to you all from myself and Mr. Frazley. And Winter's Veil is what we're going to talk about today. It's a nice, happy little holiday, and considering that the podcast episode of this will go up on Christmas Day, yeah, I thought we could. I thought we could just have a Winter's Veil themed episode. We could just chat about things. So, first of all, I
got the lights.
Yes, you have. You've got the lights. You've got the gaudy sweater on. You've got everything.
Yep. It's a Star Wars sweater.
Absolutely. First and foremost, we'll go over the normal stuff. Mr. Frazley, what have you done in the world of Azeroth since you've returned?
Since I returned, I started working on the Merrymaker. Reading the dailies.
Yep.
And I did that one. I've been kissing a lot of revelers and have not gotten mistletoe.
God.
I know.
Those revelers.
Because I need the bros before ho-ho-hos. And I have been trying to do the PvP with the honorable kills as a Santa's Little Helper. The only issue is that buff does not persist after death. And when you're in a PvP BG, the hordes see you as one of those, they go right after you. Like,
you need to kill them before they kill you.
I'm trying, but they're so bigger and meaner than I am.
Bigger and meaner. That's not wrong. But, like, it's only honourable kills, so essentially in the big battles, you can kind of sit back and let other people get the honourable kills. It's only killing, unless the achievement says killing blow, which point you do actually need to be in the action.
No, it just says honourable kills. So, okay. So as long as
you can just sit back. Yep.
I should do that. And maybe I should go into Korak's Revenge.
Yes, that'll probably be your best way to do it as well, except the queues will be probably horrible at this time, and doing it as Alliance, probably even worse.
Oh, did everybody get done with it while I was gone? And
not really. Alliance are just bad at Battlegrounds in general.
Ow. The pain.
Man, I play Alliance too. Alliance my main.
Okay.
I feel just as sad for it.
I just assumed you were Horde because you have the Horde on our overlay.
I do that for balance.
Got it. Okay. Yeah, because I'm too biased to even be going for the Horde.
I don't know. It's all good. Anything else? Anything else that's kept you busy this week? Other than holiday?
Not really, because like I guess just got back Friday, so other than like other games, haven't really achieved a lot in WoW. Excited for the patch coming out in a few weeks.
Yeah, lots to talk about. I think we'll probably catch up with a lot of fine-tuning and stuff. We'll have a deep dive into 8.3 next week. Because that'll give us all the week after. We've got a couple of weeks until it comes out. I think they literally just announced the date that it's going to be launching on the 14th in the US and the 15th in the EU. So, yeah.
And I do have one thing that happened while I was gone.
Yep.
Is I was in a video. So I was in the WoW Content Creators video. So on the official World of Warcraft YouTube, you can see me in the video. That felt really cool.
I forgot about that. That was brilliant. Was it something you had to submit, or?
Yeah, there was a requirement on what I had to submit, so that's why also you see me without glasses, because they wanted HD, good lighting. They didn't want anything behind you that would be promoting anything. So I have a green screen now. I hope nobody takes that, because there is a little bit of green, and somebody could actually turn that into a green screen image.
Fair enough. I need to take some more pictures using my fabulous green screen. Now I have the lighting to go with it. Oh, it's one of those things. I'm enjoying it. It's added some more flavour to streaming, having my green screen operational after having it for like 2 years and not using it. So it's been pretty good.
Well, and I get to see your view with your green screen. If I had the gumption and the willpower, I could actually put you in front of some interesting scenes right now.
You could. You very much could. You are not wrong, sir. Have you been up to much else, my friend? Other than going for your meta? Because I think that's going to take most of your time, isn't it?
On the meta?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had every other achievement other than the bros before ho-ho-hos and the one where you have to get honorable kills.
Yep, makes sense. Right. I've not really done a lot. The biggest thing I did is I finally went and... So, I made a Goblin Death Knight randomly.
Ooh.
I got it to level 61 and finished the starting zone in about the span of an hour. And then I stuck in Korak's Revenge, and I finally got the achievement for Ultrac Valley of Old, so I have the new holiday mount, so I'm pretty much done. Leo in chat is saying he took 3 Horde characters to 120 using Korak's Revenge. Yeah, the problem with Horde is while you are winning like 100% of the time, the queues are just abysmal. You're waiting like 20 minutes. It's pretty bad. Whereas I could just queue as a tank and just do a dungeon and have it done in the same space of time that it would take for a queue to pop for Korak's Revenge. But it seems to have led into the Alliance losing faster, because they'll get their rewards and the XP just as fast just for sitting in the base and doing nothing. So there you go.
Yeah, which is why they had to change some of the stuff, because we were in the mines and stuff like that. And
well, that's why they changed those to dailies to stop everybody just being in there.
Yeah, so we can no longer mind our own business.
I have not missed this.
I
have not missed this. It was a nice chat with Acid Tears last week. There were no puns. There was some jovial chat, but there were no puns.
Oh, I got to work with him more on the next Genome project. We'll have to talk about that.
Yeah. But otherwise, it's just been mount farming for me, especially on the main. Haven't really done anything. Haven't really had the time. Real life schedule's getting in the way with everything else. I might try to get some more time in now. It's Christmas period. I've got a couple of days off coming up. Might have a little play around, see what I can do. Yes, Winter's Veil, though. Not much has changed in 2019. The biggest thing that we'll talk about first is there was meant to be a new Great Father Winter themed Pepe costume, but it's not been implemented, it seems. Whether it's coming in on Christmas Day when the presents are available under the tree, or whether it's not even coming this year due to a bug or whatever that we're unknown about. It's a shame. Everybody loves a little bit of Pepe. He pops up every now and again and everything else, but apparently he's not there.
Yeah, because what's weird is they have slaves in Orgrimmar and Ironforge, and it's almost like they were either planning for 8.3 to be out by now, or they accidentally put the code for PayPay in 8.3 instead of being in
I
8.2.5.
don't think 8.3 was meant to be. I think this is why I never expect a major content patch for the raid to launch this close to Christmas.
No.
It would either have launched halfway through November, so that mythic raiding would have been done out the way, or it just will go in the new year. Mostly for the sheer fact of like Christmas break and Thanksgiving for the Americans and everything else is just too much time off at the end of November into December. So it's just easier for them to just be around after New Year. Excuse me. But yeah, this is why I think that this is why the anniversary event is going on for so long. Is partly because of that, and the XP buff with allied races being available, 8.3, and various other bits. I was hoping to have my Volpira reputation ready to go for 8.3 and just unlock everything on day one, but it turns out that because I've just been so busy to log in and just do 4 daily quests for world quests that I've missed like 4 to 6 weeks of reputation.
I was about to say that work outboxed your reputation grind, but I resisted the urge.
You didn't, because you just said it. Animal. But yes, as Mr. Frazley said, the new additions to Winter Veil in 2019 have included a sleigh ride around Ironforge and Orkmar. I did get to test these out. It's pretty fun. It's definitely a selfie camera type event type thing. Otherwise, it's standard. You have got new Winter Veil themed missions from your mission table. They give you a stolen present, so there's something extra. I did find on a vendor that you can actually buy the gaudy sweater from the 2011 Winter Veil, so you can actually get yourself a feat of strength. It's for like a few copper.
I'll have to go check to see if I have that, because I don't know if I have that
It
already.
was one of the only ones I was missing was the 2011 one.
I might have bought that on the auction house, but I'm going to look for gaudy winter sweater.
You got ripped off because it's like 11 copper. It's really interesting. But yeah, the snow globes are back. They're fun to use and everything else. I don't know. My problem is that it feels like the devs are trying to make content that lasts, and the content isn't lasting.
I can see that it's like we were supposed to be in the raid all anniversary, or at least for a few weeks, and we cleared the raid out within like a few days, which is why they bugged it. They bugged the raid so that way we would have to keep playing it over and over.
They bugged it, and it wasn't even bugged by the time we got to EU release as well, so that bug lasted a long time. It would have been better if they turned around and made a 3-tier wing just in the Caverns of Time, which allows you to go and do Blackwing Descent, Heroic Rag, Heroic Nefarian, and Heroic Kalthas, or just Kalthas, because that wasn't available on Heroic, and just had it there, and people can go and do those fights. And you know, if they go and do that during the Christmas time, then there you go, they've got it. But then it just keeps it there for people that want to just go and do it. Gives people a second chance per week, you know, if they want to get a group together to farm for the Phoenix and everything else. Just having a time walking raid that's open is good. It just means it's something that will just come back every anniversary now. You know,
like the world bosses. Yeah, I think that would be a really cool thing.
It's just something else. Like, there's going to be nothing added new to it each year. It will just be like, oh, there's 500 time walk badges. I don't think I've gone and done time walking Black Temple, time walking Ulduar since they first released, and I cleared it once. I don't think I've gone back to it.
Yeah, I've never done the time walking Ulduar, but we did clear time walking Black Temple.
Have you done time walking Firelands? Or were you on holiday? Hello.
It cut out for a second.
Okay. Have you? Did you? I can't remember if you were on a holiday or did you get a chance to do time walking Firelands when it was open this month?
No, but I was on holiday. Had
boo.
had low internet.
No internet. Wow. I guess you'll have to wait another 6 months for that to roll back around then.
Yeah. In the summer, it'll be a fire.
Well, I'm hoping that 8.3 lasts about 6 to 8 months. It'll be 8 months minimum, I imagine, and that's why I'm expecting August. Any longer, and we're gonna have another really long end of expansion patch, and that's not going to be good for the game or anything else. So we'll see how it rolls. But yeah, have you got any good Winter Veil memories at all from anything that's happened over the course of the game?
Yeah, I was in a guild that we went to Stormwind, and we all got our sweaters on, and we were singing. It was on an RP realm. We were singing out front of the chapel, and like making lyrics and stuff like that. And I think everyone got their map out, so either the character was.
Yeah, it looked like they were holding a scroll type thing. Yeah.
Yeah, that was fun. And I still remember the first year I ever played WoW back in vanilla. I wasn't in WoW until Christmas Day, but someone did a video showing all the classic Winterfell decorations, and they even did the we need a.
I'm sure he was about to sing, but his audio cut out on Discord there just as he started, which was either timely or untimely. I don't know how to consider it.
We need a little Christmas right this very instant. Da, 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 da. Or did you mute me on purpose?
No. You actually cut out. It was not my end.
Oh, internet hates me tonight.
Yeah, it's been a whole evening of internet issues. We're not going to get started with that. It's the Christmas period, and apparently ISPs don't understand that people require internet. It's really dumb. Really,
yeah. I mean, because
dumb.
People aren't going to be home at this time of the day.
No.
Yeah, no.
Just
give them the same amount of stuff that you give them throughout the rest of the year.
Leowold in chat is saying that Brothers Moon did caroling again this year on WRA. He watched them in Borealis. They have their own rewritten carols they use. It's kind of fun.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's very cool. I know that there's a lot of stuff that happens on RP servers, like the really big ones. Like, I think that a lot of people do like a winter ball type thing. They go and go and use some of the big chambers over in Gilneas because there's no NPCs there and everything else, and it looks like a big in the castles and bits and pieces. So that's kind of stuff's really cool.
Oh, I got one more memory.
Yeah, go ahead.
I used to be on Emerald Dream, which is a PvP server. This was before they changed to War Mode.
Right. And
I was there on my Orc Mage, and I go over to where you free Metzton. All of a sudden, this dwarf rogue keeps sapping me and killing me.
Okay.
And it just over and over and over again. It's like, come on, I'm trying to get this quest. And he's just sitting there. I mean, each time I go up there, I come back and I res. And I was like, I exited the game. I did a character transfer to a non-PvP realm. And then, actually, that's when I race changed it to a human.
Nothing upsets me more enough to race change than somebody sapping me in front of a quest skipper. Gah.
On Winter's Veil! They were not showing the Winter's Veil spirit.
I don't have any really particular funny stories. I mean, the only stuff in WoW is like it's generally quiet enough to go achievement hunting. I find for like those rare mobs and everything else. I think I have a few of the rarer achievements on Christmas Day. I'd actually have to boot up the game to have a look, but it's quite fun. I know that I've had a mount drop or like a raid mount drop on like Christmas Day every now and again. So I don't know.
Nice.
Maybe it's like my luckiest day. I know that it was someone in your Discord a while back turned around and said that time every year they've had a particular mount drop, and I thought that was kind of funny.
Either Nihar or Capo. Yeah. Might have been Spaz though, because Spaz has a lot of time off during the Christmas season. I mean, fun fact: my first day of playing was Christmas Day, 2004.
Yeah.
Well, except for I was in the beta, so technically it wasn't my first day of playing WoW, but.
That's fair enough. I don't think you're going to get the luxury to play WoW on Christmas Day this year.
No, I'll be at my family's all day.
Yep. Sounds like it'll be a fun time for you, no doubt. But family is always fun and blessed on this Winter's Veil. Absolutely. Some of us have more fun and get to spend it with them than others. Thankfully. I see all of mine on the eve of Winter's Veil before actual Winter's Veil itself. Oh my goodness. But are you looking forward to anything in the upcoming week, Mr. Frazley?
I'm trying to think on that because be honest, I might not do a lot of WoW playing this. I mean, I might, but I might also just do some other game time. I love WoW still. But it's just kind of that lull right now where I'm going to try to look for mistletoe, so I'm going to be doing a lot of kissing whenever I think of it.
Yep.
And working on Goldeneye when those pop up.
I think it's an odd time of year because everybody's busy, but there's still stuff you want to do, and it's about doing it without burning yourself out on it.
Yeah, because one thing I want to do more is irons. So this week there might be irons, but we'll have to see because I've been feeling a little tired, and I don't want to iron when I'm tired. Otherwise
you'll get caught by a spider.
Yes,
that's it. Here's a tip, Frazley. Go and level in a place where there are no spiders. level a Draenei, because then you've got a self-heal. And there's I don't think there's any spiders on the Draenei Island either.
And I think you can use your talent. I will have to check the wild challenges rules just to make sure, but I think that self-heals are allowed. Well,
I mean, if you play a paladin, you can heal. You can use your healing spells, can't you? It's literally it's a passive rather than it's like a what's it called? Character trait. That's it. But yeah, it'll be fun. It'll be fun to see you do the irons if it's at a time I can watch. Oh, they do have spiders towards the end of the Bloodless quest. I forgot about that. There are some on there. But you've also got the big dog as well. It's a lot of fun. I don't know. I want to level some more stuff, but it's just there's a part of me that wants to wait for the leveling changes in Shadowlands.
Yeah.
But then I know that I'm going to be really super busy in Shadowlands. Plus, I want to get to the point where you buy me a pizza. So.
Oh, as long as I get video,
mate, I will literally make sure that I do just all Dragon Soul on like 19 characters first, and then I'll just highlight it and just stick it in your thing, and I'll be like, right, Frazley, you owe me a pizza.
Ultraxian, please drop Ultraxian, please.
No.
Come on, it's for Pete's health. I mean,
it is for my health. I'd actually much rather prefer a lot of the other world boss mounts to drop, so I don't have to keep farming those, because stuff like Nalek is well out of the way, and same with the what is it, the Warlords of Draenor stuff. Like, I've seen Stone just popping up streams and just has a small stream set aside to get more characters attuned to Blackhand on Mythic to get them through, and that might be something I just end up doing. But doing a lot of Blackrock Foundry sounds like it's a really good way to gouge my eyes out.
and I think self-harm is a bad thing. It's against Twitch guidelines.
Yeah, probably. Not that I do it on stream. It's just certain fights in there just take too long. Like the Furnace as a solo player is just a pain in the backside.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Among other things, like, all in all, it's a fun instance. I enjoyed doing it. If anything, I think Warlords of Draenor was really good for the raiding scene, but it was not exactly the best environment, because it had a raid. It actually had a raid killer in it, a guild killer. The Furnace on Mythic was specifically a boss that was too hard for so many guilds that they broke up on it.
Wow.
Yeah. There have been a few over time. Was it Muru back in TBC that was a guild killer? I think Muru was a guild. There's been at least one per expansion. I'd have to actually check up on it, but there was definitely. I think it was Muru, and I know Muru got nerfed in the big 3.0 where they reduced everybody's health. I don't think there was a raid killer in Wrath. I'm trying to remember because the first tier was really easy. Something for another day. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Stories. One story that we could do if you want is to tell the story of Winter Veil from the book.
I'll tell you what. Go at it, Mr. Frazley. Enjoy.
Okay. I'm pulling up the. Hold on. There's a book.
There
Winter
is
Veil.
a book.
Feast of Winter Veil. Sorry, trying to find it inside of the text. Because I had this one year, and it was actually pretty cool. Okay, found it.
All right.
Okay. The Feast of Winter Veil. The later seasons of Azeroth are marked as a time of change in many cultures. The dwarves and the Tauren especially look to a legend of the coming Winter Veil, the blanketing of the land in snow, thus heralding a time of renewal as a time for celebration. So the understanding of the legends that the races of Azeroth share are not dissimilar. The ways they choose to acknowledge them are as diverse as the races themselves. The legend of Great Father Winter. The term Winter Veil is said to stem from a supernatural being referred in many cultures as Great Father Winter. As he would walk the land late in the seasons, winter itself would be his billowing cloak. In his wake was the blanketing of the land in snow, and thus it is said that Great Father Winter would cast his wintry veil over the land. Though parts of Azeroth may lie in snow, it gives the land time for rebirth and renewal. So the dwarves, ever consumed with the research of their origins, the dwarves choose to celebrate the season as a recognition of Great Father Winter himself. They consider him to be the personification of one of the ancients of Azeroth, the Titans. Much as they claim lineage in one degree or another to these mystical beings, they consider their snowy home of Dunmorrow as the prime example of Great Father Winter's blessings. And the Tauren in their shamanistic understanding of winter, along with their recent emergence into druidic endeavors, fit in well with the legend of Winter Veil. They focus almost entirely on the renewing aspects of the lore, leaving legend worship to those races as they view it less in tune with the nature of things. Many Tauren choose this time as the right time to give thanks for the blessing of their new home in Mulgore. Feasting. The idea of feasting during this time of year is one that traces its origins to the legend itself. As Great Father Winter walked Azeroth, bringing winter in its wake, it is said he would provide a bounty for those who welcomed his presence. As such, the idea of feasting during the Winter Veil would bring together communities as they shared whatever they had. Typically, a single day of merriment and feasting welcomed the change, all in anticipation of the land's renewal. In modern-day observation, other cultures have begun to recognize the Feast of Winter Veil as a time of great celebration, though not in the same traditions as the legend bases it in. Customs, often unrelated to anything other than a chance celebration and gift exchange, have made their way into modern-day observations of the season. Even the image of Great Father Winter is sometimes used, but more as a harbinger of commercial exploits than as a supernatural titan. And if you want to know even more deep dive, the Tauren and the Goblin had a really cool episode going between the perspective of goblins and Tauren and going over the holiday. It's actually a fascinating lore in the game, and it parallels a lot of real world scenarios.
It does. I mean, it's just a poke, a jibe at how real world and stuff. But the way they actually explain it does it. I mean, I'd assume if Great Father Winter actually existed, he'd be on the sort of power level as like the wild gods more than anything else.
Yeah. And doesn't he have sleighs in the Broken Shore around this time of the year? Or somebody does, because isn't there a Valkyr that or not Broken Shore, but the Broken Isles in Stormheim? Doesn't he have a thing where you can where he glides down?
I honestly don't know. There might be a quest that they put in during Legion that I might have done once and can't remember. I'll be completely honest there. But I think we might be done for this week. Yeah, it's looking like that. Life is getting in the way, ladies and gentlemen. Unfortunately, until we can get to a decent timing schedule with how I need to work and time zones between myself and Mr. Frazley, it's going to be a couple of short ones at the moment. But hopefully we'll have time to deep dive into 8.3 either next week or the week after. Thank you once again for joining us, whether it's been live or been on the audio or visual casts that are up on YouTube or all good podcasting places. As always, I've been Pete Titans Creed Nevercoat. You can find my Twitter handle above me if you're watching the video. Otherwise, you can join me on @Titans Creed, at Gaming Phoenix if you just want the gaming one. Or you can join me on twitch.tv/Project Phoenix Productions and youtube.com/Project Phoenix Productions. Mr. Frazley, where can they find you around the internet, my friend? Frazley.
I'm back. And I am Frazley. You can find me at Frazleytastic on Twitter. You can find me at gnomepodcast.com every single week. And you can find me on Twitch when I'm not on holiday at gnome.live.
Brilliant stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us. Come and interact with us on the social medias. It'd be lovely to talk to you. Mr. Frazley does a billion podcasts anyway. Yeah, that's about it, ladies and gentlemen, for this week. Have a fantastic Feast of Winter Veil. Enjoy your holidays, whatever you do celebrate and everything else. And until the next time, ladies and gentlemen, as Mr. Frazley likes to say, but didn't say last week because he wasn't here.
Awesome B.
Awesome B. Or for the language of people that aren't helping Grandfather Winter, be awesome, ladies and gentlemen. Take care. Have fun.